Hi guys and welcome to the channel. This is Nintendo. Sorry, this is not Nintendo. This is AYN Thor. And on this value of money that you bought it, you can buy actually 2 or even 3 Nintendo originals. So this is Nintendo new 2DS XL that costs something around $150. This is Nintendo new. Sorry, it's not in use. This is Nintendo DS XL. So on the used market, of course, it's cost about $70 or $80. So to these devices, it goes something like around $220. And of course, if you have some more money, if you bought the not a version with Snapdragon 865, if you just bought a Snapdragon with 8 Gen 2, so it costs 350. Of course, you can buy even 3 Nintendo. And here is Nintendo's just Nintendo DS Lite. So the main question: should you buy this device, AYN Thor, or should you buy for the value of that money 3 original Nintendo's 3 original devices? Let's try to figure it out. At first, I want to mention that, of course, this is a little bit different devices, and if you want to play just on a Nintendo games, if you want to play original games like everybody did it maybe 10 years ago or 5 years ago, you just need to buy the original Nintendo 2DS. You will save some money, or 3DS New XL, I don't know. You will save just some money. Of course, the screens will be not so good, maybe because at first this is not IPS screen that were installed in Nintendo 2DS or 3DS. The screen are LCD, and sometimes you can have information that on some of Nintendos it was installed IPS, but I don't know if it's true or not. I think mine, I just have an LCD screen. So if you want to have original experience of original gaming, of course you should buy original Nintendo, and maybe you can buy the cartridges, or you can break it, jailbreak it. That's possible nowadays, and it's so easy and simple. But that's you, the person who decide, because that's not so much cartridges left, and you must buy it the second-hand market. And of course, there is no eShop where you can buy and download the games directly on your device nowadays. And of course, if you want to play DS games, you can only buy Nintendo 2DS XL or DS XL. New 3DS XL, of course. And you can actually play the DS games here too, but they will be not so good as on original DS, because it will be also emulation here. So here is an emulator of Nintendo DS, and natively also you can play Nintendo 3DS games here. But if you just want to play only DS games, because there are tons of games, they are very nice, and this device is perfect. It costs about $70, and believe me, that costs the value, that costs the money, because it has 2 big IPS, it's natively IPS screens here, and it is so simple. So it's so simple, and you can obviously play. It's just have a cross pad here, some of the triggers here, and cartridge, and it's very nice shape, and it's pretty new, so you can buy it used in the market in a great condition now, because there are not many 3DS or 2DS XL that you can buy in the good condition now. Though if you will see some in the good condition, there is rare, very rare. So what's the point? If you can buy for this value 3 devices like this, and why you should go with the AYN Thor? Only one way I see that you should go with the AYN Thor. That's if you like to play mixed games. What do I mean? If you like Android modern games, if you like emulation of PlayStation 2 and 1 and the other systems, it would be great because it will be better, because you cannot emulate actually PlayStation, of course, the first and the second one on these devices. And here, of course, you can play much more because it's much more powerful device that can launch also the computer PC games with the Game Hub translator here. So, what should we decide? At first, I want to mention that this device, AYN Thor, it has great OLED screens, and that's just perfect for gaming. Of course, it has two screens because it's actually a copy of Nintendo. With the two screens and with the ideology of playing natively Nintendo games here with the emulator. Actually, I'm using here Melon DS for emulating system DS, and also Azahar for emulating 3DS. That's okay. It goes very well. Actually, especially on Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. I have here, and with specs like 8 gigabytes of memory RAM. And what do I like when I'm playing, emulating Nintendo 3DS here? Mostly more than here. I like the screen because look at this. The screen is really perfect. The screen is very, very nice and very pop-up. It has very pop-up colors. So it has refresh rate 120 Hertz. That's very modern and very nice screen that you can tune also, that you can customize a little bit the colors and etc. And it is great benefit when you play Nintendo games, and also with these emulators you can use 2, 3 or 4 times resolution here, so you can improve the quality of your games and they become more modern looking. So when you're playing some old games, because the native screen of Nintendo DS XL even, the resolution is not very high, and when you're playing some games you can see naturally the pixels. They're big enough and I can see it with my eyes. So we can use 2 or 3 times native resolution here, and the picture will be even better than an original device. And if you just had Nintendo 2DS or 3DS, you just know that the screen is not so good. Yeah, of course you can play with it. Of course you can look at it. Actually, especially of course on the 3DS you can use 3D. But from time to time you just mention that the screen is not so good. Alright, so what I don't like in Nintendo original devices. At first I don't like, let's start from the Lite version of Nintendo. At first I like it's so compact and small, and you can easily put it in your pocket, of course, but the battery isn't so good, and I don't like the system when you're playing some game, then you close it and you continue the next day. It has drains battery very fast, and if you charge it to 100% and play some and then close it, and next day it will be something like a 50% of the battery, and you can just hold it. So when it sleeps, it eats many battery, and I don't like it. Actually, I like how Sony made in its PlayStation Vita. So when you're playing some games, then you go to sleep. For 1 week, I had just lose maybe 3 or 4% of battery, and this one it loses like 30-40% by the day. So 2 days and the whole in the sleep mode, and that's all. The battery will be dead, and it doesn't show the battery level like always our phones shows something like 20% remains, 30% remained. It just shows the full battery, then the maybe half of the battery, and that's all, and then it just dies. So you can just open it, see that the battery is okay, and then in 5 minutes it goes to the red, and again in 5 minutes it will be just dead. Something like this we have also with this device, because that's mostly like not a huge difference with these generations. And also, yeah, the screen is bigger, two screens bigger, obviously, and the battery is better. We have a SD card slot here, and yeah, it's great device for the playing. I like mostly everything in this device. But as I said, there I have the same issue with the battery. When you're playing some games and then just go to the sleep mode, it just will discharge very fast, and I don't like it in that. So you need to close the game, then you need to turn off your device. And after all, that's losing the point of devices like these, the pocketable devices that you can play every minute if you want to play. So I'm playing at the evening, then I close it, continue playing the next day from this point. But you cannot do that because it's discharging so fast. With this device it is better, so it shows the percentage of the battery, it shows like a little bit sections of the battery and how much battery, like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 4 sections, and you can actually know if your battery goes down, and you can charge it previously before you go somewhere. But also this device it's awesome, it's cool. For the time that it came out, it was the greatest device I just ever had. But nowadays many devices are just broken because Nintendo doesn't release new devices anymore, of course, and you can buy it only on the used market, and that means that there are some problems with that. I had with my copy, I have problems with this sound switch. Also, I have a problem with this one. The button doesn't work. I don't need it much because not much games need these buttons, but it still doesn't work, and I just bought it like this with not working button, and I'm okay with it because I understand that not much devices like this in a great shape you can buy now. And of course you need to buy the cartridges, of course, or you need to jailbreak it. And now the point, when should you buy? Yeah, it's okay if you're okay with that point. You can buy obviously really 3 devices on this price of AYN Thor. But as I said, there are much more benefits maybe for you in this modern device, because it has Android on board. That means that you can install every emulator that you want to install. It means that you can use, of course, you can play Android games, natively Android games. You can play some ports that were made for Android, something like GTA 3 and the other one. So you can use this device for much more games, and actually you can play maybe almost all the library of all the games in the world. Of course, not all, because, of course, not PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and, of course, not PlayStation 5. It's the newest generation now, and there are no emulator for playing these games on Android. But actually, obviously, you can play many systems that were made before 2010, something like GameCube, Wii U, and something like maybe PlayStation 2, even PlayStation 3, some games with an emulator, but it's very raw now. So the point is that you can play not only the Nintendo games here, not only Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo DS, but also you can play many other modern games here, and of course course, natively Android games. Also, you can watch movies here if you like to do that. Why not? It has a screen, very nice OLED screen, and it's very good to place it like here, like a little laptop, and watch YouTube and watch other movies. It's like a phone screen. And it's still a compact. You can take it with you to a vacation, and that's very comfortable, I'd say. So you can also play you can also use cloud gaming, of course. So it's like a modern phone with all the benefits that has Android, and also with many emulators here, and with the great specs, because OLED screen, 120 Hz, also 8 gigabytes of memory RAM, and 128 gigabytes of memory, and also you can use a micro SD card to 1 terabyte. So it's much. You can obviously use all the library of DS and 3DS games. You can download it on your device and use it and play it anywhere you want. And of course, you have a much more powerful battery here, and quick charge. So, and also what do I like better here, that it has USB Type-C charger. And on these devices, the charger is old Nintendo 3DS proprietary. And on these devices, they had old Nintendo 3DS charging port that if your cable is broken, you need to buy the original, or Chinese, of course, you can buy it, but it's not the standard that everybody used. So what I like about Thor, that it uses USB Type-C, and I'm using this type of cable with actually all of my devices. So I can use it to charge my phone, I can use it to charge my PlayStation Portal, to charge my camera Sony, and of course I can use it to charge my AYN or AYN Thor. And that's a great benefit, I'd say, because one time I just went to the vacation and I forgot the cable at home, and it was horrible because I just played for 6 hours my favorite game, and after that it just died, so the battery was died, and I cannot use it anymore for a week because I didn't take it with myself, the charger. And I just put it in my bag, and that's all. And when I'm taking my AYN, I can use any charger, USB Type-C I want. And that's great, because one time I also forget my charger, and I just bought in the random shop, the gas station or something like this. I just came and bought the charger for USB Type-C. It's cheap, and you can buy it everywhere. So it's a great benefit. It's more modern. Yes, of course, when you are playing AYN Thor, you have some problems and issues. As I said, when using different emulators, there are different specs. From each emulator, you need to tune it very carefully, because if something will go not good, your game can just crash, and that's bad also. I just passed some games. I just played some games that were very nice, and they didn't crash, but from time to time I have the game that crashes every time after 20 minutes of the game, and that's not good, of course. So I just can say that if you want to play without problems in the native games, just buy the native devices that support these games, because after all, when you will play with emulators that will emulate your game, and when it emulating, it can be some mistakes, so your game can be crashed. And if you like this game, if you like the game process, it's very pity when you just passed the half of the game. So you used to spend sometimes like 10 or 20 hours in the game, and then you realize that you can't play anymore because it's crash all the time in one place, and you need to do something with that, but you cannot do that. You are starting to change some presets, and it's not helping, and it's very annoying. So with the emulation, that is like this. Don't think that you will buy this device and every single game will go very nice. No, it was like old computers, like that century that we bought some games, and we didn't know if they will run smoothly on our PC or not, because I just had not so good computer, and each time when I bought the game, I just read requirements, and I just tried this game on my PC, and some games were working something like 12 frames per second, and that was awful because I just already spent the money for this game. And here it can be also like this, because when you will install some game here natively that was made for Nintendo 3DS exactly, it's not the 100% that it will go here smoothly. But of course, if you install the native game on the native device, it's 100% that this game will go very nice, and because it was made for this device, of course. So that will be your decision, and tell me in the comments what you prefer to buy, what is your choice. If you will have just only that budget, would you choose AYN Thor, or for this value of money, would you choose these three devices like a Nintendo 2DS or 3DS XL, or new 2DS or 3DS XL, yes, Nintendo DS, and also Nintendo DS Lite, because there are also great devices, and they're natively and the games go of course very nice on these devices. So write me please your decision if you want to do that. It will be great, and I want to say thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.